You're welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please click the subscribe button and join the growing tribe. For all of you that are old subscribers, thank you for always showing up. I appreciate all your love that you show in my page. Thank you so much. My name is Flookie and you are welcome to the Flookie's Den. On this channel, I share stories, events, and experiences about immigrants like myself and so many other people, what they experienced coming into Saskatoon, and how it will be helpful to as many that are looking forward to migration. Today, we'll be talking based on education, or what I call the pre-college education. We're rounding up summer. It's been a wonderful experience for the children this year. Yeah, post-COVID, I know there's still COVID. However, we've been able to have so much fun during the break or the summer break for the children this year. And everyone had so much fun. In another week or so, school will be resuming in September. And we're trying hard to get the children back to status quo, the school mood. We've been doing back to school things, and getting them to sleep early, wake up early is what is going on in many homes right now. I thought I should bring to you what it is like schooling in Saskatoon. I'm filming from Saskatoon, by the way, and looking at what it is like with children, the classes that they should belong to, and with their age group. Back in my own country, children can be a different age and be in another class higher than another person that is of the same age. And all of this is dependent on the school or how fast the child is in academics, whether the child is brilliant or so. And this needs to be passed across to as many that are looking forward to coming into Canada, that this system does not work here. You can't speed up your child's education by pushing them forward even though they're younger. Here in Canada, there's age per class. You have to be a certain age for a certain class, and that is what it is. So if you come to Canada and you probably have a child that is supposedly in the wrong class, considering her age or his age back in your country, when you get here, the child will probably have to go back X number of classes if you had pushed the child forward 2 classes ahead to be in the appropriate class. In Canada, also depending on your province, there are different kinds of school. So you have the public school, you have the Catholic school, you have the homeschooling, you have the private school, and you have the separate school. But on this vlog, I'll be talking basically on what obtains in the Catholic and the public school. And I guess that also kind of works with other schools, but in a different way. For instance, if you have a child that is less than 3 years old, this is where I want you to pay attention, guys. If you have a child that is less than 3 years old, chances are that you will have to sit at home with that child before the child can get into the pre-kindergarten class. Or you'll be ready to take the child to a childcare center or a family childcare home where you will be paying for the child, like it's keeping the child in a daycare center, like we call it in Nigeria, daycare. So you'll be taking that child there while you work, and then you pick the child up when you close from work. That's any child that is between 2 to 3 years old, because school typically starts at 6 here in Canada, and that's for children between the ages of 1 to 5. So if you're 6 years old, you will be in elementary class 1. I know in Nigeria, people that are 6 years old have passed those classes. So hear me well. If you are 6 years old, you're going to be in elementary class 1. That being said, For the children that have kids, or for the parents that have kids younger than 3 years old, and you have to put those children in a child care center or daycare, as I call it, or a family care home, there are licensed and unlicensed homes here in Canada. And for the licensed homes, they are regulated and monitored by the early years branch of the Ministry of Education and must meet a standard, specific standard for operation. And of course, because they meet these standards and they are government regulated, as a parent, you are eligible for childcare subsidy to help with your childcare fees. So if you take your children to those regulated or those licensed care homes, you can apply for child subsidy to assist you in paying your daycare. Daycare in Canada is not cheap. It can be cheap in your home country, but it is not cheap. So if you look at your options and you weigh them and consider, if I work and most of what I earn will be going towards daycare, it will probably be wise to stay home with your child until the child is eligible to go to school. There's also the unlicensed childcare or the daycare centers, and these ones are really not monitored by the Ministry of Education, but they must meet some certain standards as well, such as the child caregiver ratio in the centers, and there must be a safe environment where those children can play, because they're also learning, right? They have some little things that they learn, activities that they engage in that also helps in their development. So they're not just there to go sleep, eat, and come back home. That's not what it is. That being said, about children that are under 3 years old. So if you have a child that is 3 years and 4 years, the child can go to pre-kindergarten. Pre-kindergarten, there's no class or grade for that one, but it's pre-kindergarten and the child can actually be there. And if your child is 5, your child can be in kindergarten. And note as well that children in this category do not go to school every day. They are too young to stay 5 days in a week in school, and even the hours are shortened. So they can't be in full school like other children that are in higher classes. So you have to also look at this and consider your options. Would you be available to pick them up at certain times when they close earlier than other children? Some people even take them to those schools and then they continue at the daycare center to maximize the hours before the parents get back home. When you're 11 to 13, you're between grade 6 to 8. Grade 1 to 5, which is 6 years to 10 years, and then you're in elementary school. Middle school starts from grade 6 to 8. Grade 6 to 8, and that's between ages 11 and 13. So if you're 13, you will be in grade 8, looking forward to going to high school. I need to quickly mention here that here in Canada, for those children that are in elementary, like I said, comprises of pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, elementary, and middle school. Really, when you are in primary school, like we call it in Nigeria, you are bound to school in your neighborhood school. So children that are in elementary categorized of pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, the main elementary class, and middle school have to attend schools in their community. The schools have to be in their neighborhood. It has to be close to their house, at the nearest school to you or to your house, because sometimes children have to walk to school or ride their bikes to school. For proximity, their parents have to go to work. They might not be able to pick them up, drop them off. For children that are 14 years and above, 14 to 17, they are in high school. So their school differs from the primary school, or their school is different from the elementary school. They are in higher grades, 9 years to 12 years. They start high school. so they move to another school. And children in this category can actually school anywhere, because I guess the expectation is they can use the bus by themselves. They can, some of them have started driving when they are in the upper 17 years, so they can move around. So you can be in a community and your child schools in another community. It's okay, there's no rule to that. But for elementary, you have to have your child school within your community or around your neighborhood for proximity. I also need to mention here that the kind of schooling here, well, it was around the COVID time that school now operates on an alternate days basis, because they wanted to streamline the number of students that come to class in a day, particular class, and that happens especially with those in the high school. With the middle school, elementary school, and all of them, they can always manage or work around the number of classes. But for high school, it depends on the subjects or the courses that you're studying, right? And they need to also manage the space per class or the ratio per class. So for instance, they can have 2 classes. Some will have an A day, some will have a B day, and the children go alternate days to class, and that's how it is. And then they split the year term into quints. They call it quints, which is a 2-month period whereby students learn and they write their tests. It's a bit different from our country, whereby they have to wait till the end of the term before they write an exam. Here they write short tests, short quizzes. It can be at the spur of the moment in class, after a topic, so that they're still fresh with the knowledge, and then they give them those tests, and those accumulate into their assessment for that particular subject. So that is what it is. It's not an exam kind of thing, but it's an assessment or a test. The school calendar here in Canada is between September and June, and between July and August, 2 months, that's the holiday, the summer holiday, the most interesting months of the year for everybody, parents, students. That's where, you know, the weather is good, everyone is outdoor enjoying the weather, having fun. So the children have so much to engage in activities within those periods before they return back to school in September. So it's a September to June calendar with July and August as their summer break. Well, I hope this has been informative to as many that want this. I thought I should bring this your way so you understand what the system is like. It's different from where you are. Canada's system of education is different here, and we need to understand this before we come. As many of us that have children way ahead of their classes, you rest assured that they are going back to their right classes when they arrive in Canada. That's what you should look forward to, because your children will be placed in the right class. Children are going back to school, and we're excited. Hopefully there won't be so much of restrictions going on again in classes. Everybody still has to be safe. I hear from the mails that we'll be receiving that there will still be masks going on in classes. The teachers, everyone has to come in with masks, still sanitizing, still hand washing, and still distancing, and everyone needs to be safe. Still all looking forward to that. We have to eradicate this COVID by the grace of God. Watch out for more videos from this channel.